The Prince, everyone in Clash Royale's most loved card. I figure why not show you the best Prince deck? So I've got good news and bad news. The good news, 6 of these cards are getting nerfed in the next pair of balance changes. The bad news, Prince isn't one of them. Or good news, because we're on the side of Prince players, right? We all love Prince. It's our favorite card, right? Well, the Furnace is getting nerfed, God Machine getting nerfed, the Rage is getting nerfed. It's well-deserved, and you're about to see why. We're just finding for fun, I guess. We're just finding to be able to say that we find something. I'm going to go Prince here. It should be able to protect my furnace. Okay, well, anyways, the good thing that you kind of, I'm going to say good, but for this deck, let's just assume this isn't the most evil deck in Clash Royale. We're going to be able to add the Prince an extra layer of security for our beatdown deck. Let's say our beatdown time is, or beatdown pushes are having a tough time breaking through the opponents. It doesn't matter. We can throw a Prince either in the opposite lane or to support our push, adding an extra layer of kind of just really annoying card to break through for our opponent, if that makes sense. Like, usually you'll see maybe mini Pekka, but the mini Pekka, although it's awesome, doesn't have that sort of just evil presence that the Prince has. We're gonna go Furnace on, or wait, maybe I should wait a second and try and get a Prince down. I'll actually use a Furnace to snipe this here. We're also gonna shoot it with rockets, which is really nice. The Prince does not charge, in fact, which is even better for us. And now we'll go minions alongside this. I don't think we'll spawn any like fire spirits or anything, but since the Prince doesn't get knocked back by the Golem, we're actually able to defend pretty decently there. Throw a barbell in front of some minions. Maybe we rage it. Let's just rage it. We should be able to get a minion. Oh. The Valkyrie got one swing. She got one swing before she perished. And that was a full HP. Ow! That's going to come in handy later. Good lord. Okay, well, let's start up a Gob Giant. And the good thing about beatdown decks is I can just decide to give him this tower. If I go up a tower, I can just full commit to the other lane, because not only does he have to spend elixir to guarantee he takes that tower, which is going to make it harder for him to stop our push because he don't got that elixir, we also kind of don't have to play defense if we just only play offense, which is awesome. If he wants the Evo Valk, we will find it. Have fun. Can I place my vines instead of like tapping the screen with my lower palm? Oh, you have a minion horde. I wasn't quite aware that you had a minion horde. However, you do also have bigger problems to worry about. Yeah. Well, we've got a fellow Royal Chef user in here. I'm sure he's also playing something very skillful, right? Furnace is going to come in here just because I think it's a good idea to cycle to your Evo as soon as you can. I mean, I say Evo because with the Goblin Giant, it's not really, you're not playing it to cycle, you're playing it to build an amazing push, take your opponent's tower. You don't really cycle the Gob Giant. But with the Furnace, you can just go ahead and chuck that boy in the back. Alright, so that's actually kind of nice. We're going into a Witch here. Goblin Machine does do pretty well against the Witch, typically. We'll get a Bar Barrel going in here to clear the front skellies out so we can actually make sure to shoot at the Witch. Nice. Okay, so I'll also go with the Prince to the back here. We'll get one more rocket off on her and drop a Rage. Alright, nice. So we're going to have a Prince that's going to get a little tiny speed boost here. I might Vines this, to be honest, which is not bad because we're going to practically kill the whole Baby Dragon and cycle now to our Furnace Evo, which is going to make either defense or offense a lot easier because while the opponent's having to deal with our whole massive push, he's also going to have to worry about 50 billion Fire Spirits. So if we're smart with our Furnace, he's not going to be able to reckon or to deal with the reckoning of the Furnace once it's just sitting back there while he has to spend all of his elixir on our Gob Giant Prince. Okay, I will just throw some minions on here. They're not going to get rocketed. Hallelujah. I will go Prince as well, just apply pressure with the minions since I do have Rage and Vines. We'll see what he plays here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Nothing crazy. Just goes in with the guards there, and we'll get our Royal Chef cooking up a pancake for this. Okay, speaking of cooking up pancakes, that was not it. Now I think I will start with the Goblin Machine in the left lane. So yeah, I mean it's not really easy to push into a Golem. But I'm kind of gambling a little bit that he's going to have a tougher time defending than I am. I think I will go Furnace as well on the offensive end just to make things a little bit more painful. And then do something simple like go in with minions here. Now we can go in with Vines. We can rage up everything. And we should be able to spawn another Fire Spirit to kill off these minions. Meanwhile, we are also dealing crazy damage to that Golem. So while he's still going to get a bit of damage, especially since there's one little Larry over there, we are getting rid of the Golem before we lose our entire tower, which is nice. So we'll also counter push with the Goblin Giant here. He has the same idea. I'll follow up with the Goblin Machine because the Goblin Giant plus minions isn't quite enough. Let's wait for the next pair of things from the Witch. Just stall out for a second or two. And then I'll go with the minions once this is targeting this. Go in with the Vines and the Rage in case he somehow was able to take that tower. He's not. And we took both anyways. You know what? I'm not defending no wall breakers. Let's start up a Gob Giant push, baby. We're starting up a Gob Giant push. And he's not going to do anything about it. Actually, he's probably going to defend it flawlessly since he's playing Goblin Drill. Let's get a little bit freaky with the Goblin Machine, because I think the only way you're going to be able to break through these kinds of cycle decks is by getting really good interactions from your Goblin Machine. Unfortunately, I did use Vines on the wrong thing because I didn't know he had an eye tower, but we will know for next time. And we are still... Imagine if we actually hit that bomber. That would be insane. Okay, we should get one rocket on that tower. No, never mind. Only my opponent's Goblin Machines. I told you I would stop talking about my opponent's Goblin Machines. But I mean, yeah, you could kind of see there that if I had Vined the Inferno Tower, we probably would have taken a lot of, or at least gotten a chance at getting a lot of damage there. So we'll save that for the Eye Tower next time. Interesting decision tanking all this damage. I think maybe he's expecting me to go in with something at the back. But yeah, he takes a couple of hits there. We actually even up in the damage a little bit, which is really nice because it's very hard to get damage against these kinds of cycle decks. I'll Prince the middle here. I expected guards. Nice. We get the guards. And we should now be able to force out the Eye Tower. Beautiful. That should die before I need to Vines it, though. And so now he's just going to play the rest of his Elixir, trying to defend against the Prince. Meanwhile, we're going to get a little bit of an Elixir advantage and start up a Gob Giant push. Now this is where things get a little freaky. I am going to ignore the wall breakers because I didn't really want to use my Vines. I need to save them. And also, what else am I going to play there, you know? Like, I didn't have anything in the hand that was going to stop Evo wall breakers, so. I also, unfortunately, have nothing for the Eye Tower over there. There's not really anything. I think I will Vine just to keep the God Machine alive and create a little bit more havoc. Maybe get a chance for a little more damage there. Prince might, yeah, get a couple hits on the tower. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so 2 hits on the tower there. I'm going to Goblin Giant with this. I'm going to Furnace. And I believe we should be able to Bar Barrel and get the wall breakers out, or at least one of them. Nice. The Evo Furnace should be enough with all his Fire Spirits to wrap up that drill. Going with the Prince here. I think we need to get ready to Vines as well. I'll go with the Rage. I'll go with the Vines here. We should be able to deal some pretty big damage to that Eye Tower. And now the Gob Giant alive and well. Should get a couple stabs in. Nice. Even though the Valkyrie's DPSing down. Was the tower... Was my Prince... tanking for my Gob Giant? Oh, what a king. Alrighty, time to cycle a Furnace in the back. We'll get our level 16 Furnace in just a second. Ooh, an Evo E-Drag. I'm actually not sure. That sounds like it's going to be really annoying to go up against, especially since I can't really kill it very easily, but we'll see. I mean, I do have the Goblin Machine, Rockets. I do have Vines, so we'll see. It might not be the end of the world, but I can tell you, if I'm not careful, I think it's going to be Pekka Lumberloon, by the way. If I'm not careful, he's going to get a insane amount of value out of that card. So I'll go Bar Barrel up here. This should help deal with the Lumberjack. It's going to tank for my Goblin Machine, and paired with the Rocket should be able to take out that Ice Wizard. Nice. I'm not going to get anything crazy there. He does have Pekka. I'm like 59% sure he has Pekka, so I'm just going to cycle a Rage here instead of going in with my Gob Giant, because he's just going to Pekka into the Gob Giant, get a massive counter push, and then roll us. We'll go Prince instead. Prince will force out something else. See what he's playing. I guarantee you there is a Pekka in this deck, and it's going to show itself soon. Like, if I Vines here, can't we just hit it twice and then kill it? Yeah, okay. Well, that's effectively what I thought was going to happen. I'm going to Gob Giant the Bridge because he's not at 7 Elixir yet, and he's going to have to respond to that Prince as well, which he decides not to do. Or he decides to do half-assedly, which is still fine for me, to be honest. The Rage is going to hit the minions pretty well, but we still end up getting a lot of damage, more than we got out of that Prince as well. So, not bad. Not a bad start at all. I wanted to make sure that I was able to get some damage in single, because pushing into a Pekka is going to be really, really annoying, since when you just kind of have a deck like mine where he knows there's nothing I have for the Pekka, you can just sit there and wait for me to push into him, and then... You know, the only solution is, what were those Vines? What are you doing? The only solution is just waiting on... Yeah, I see, like, I don't agree with that Pekka. I think you wait for my Gob Giant, but we'll see. Let's go Gob Giant in here. We have Vines for his E-Drag, or anything else I'd want Vines for. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm fully buying the strategy here, my friend. I mean, I'm not sure if he wanted to defend, he could have defended. But, yeah, GG's.